Hi guys, and welcome to your tutorial on Fusion 360. Fusion 360 is new for me as well. I've just been working with AutoCAD Inventor in the past, and this is a new evolution, so hopefully I'm not too clunky. Let's go. So today we're going to be learning how to model this aeroplane. I've just got it on my orbit mode there. And hopefully this is gonna let us pan around. So this is our base model aeroplane that you would be able to sort of base your design off, and you're going to pretty much create your own design for. Alrighty, so it's just made from plywood, laser cut, and yeah, there's the model. So the parts that you'll be modeling today are on this drawing sheet. I'll just zoom out there. So you can see we have the fuselage. It's just a plain rectangle. We've got a wing, a rudder, and a tail. So you'll be learning how to model those parts today. You'll have that sheet as a reference as well. So here we go. First I need a new design. Alrighties. And a new design up here. There we go. Beautiful. So you should have a workspace, something like this. And we're going to start off by creating a new sketch. Now, in CAD drawing, usually you'll draw a two-dimensional sketch, and then you'll do what's called extruding, which is adding the third dimension. So making something 3D. So we're going to start with a 2D sketch. Now, whichever plane you choose to draw on here, it doesn't really matter too much. Fusion's a really intelligent program. So just click one of the planes, and we're going to start by referring to our part here, and we'll make the fuselage first. It's the simplest part. And looking on there, it's 20 mils by 220. So remembering those measurements, we're going to access 360. We're going to start with a rectangle, click on the workspace and start to drag it out. But instead of trying to drag until you're in the perfect spot, you can actually type the measurements. So I'm going to type 220 and then press Tab. So you can see now it's picked up the other little active box there, which is the other dimension, and I'm going to type 20 and then hit Enter. Okay, now these units are in millimetres. We're working in an Australian standard, and an Australian standard is if there's no unit of measurements, then that means it's millimetres. Alrighties, you could probably enter a different unit if you knew the correct abbreviation, if you knew the correct unit, and you could write that in there and it would adjust. So that's our first part there. The second part is a little bit more tricky, so we might start with the rudder now. Now the rudder is, we're going to start off with a 50 by 60 millimetre box. Back to Fusion, so a rectangle, same process, so we're going to type 50, press Tab, and 60, press Enter. Okay, and now for this one, we're going to have to now adjust a few things. So we can draw our line, and we're just going to draw an angled line between those two lines there. And now we're going to do what's called dimensioning. So we're going to get sketch dimension, and we're going to dimension the distance between here and here. Okay, so you can see a little inference comes up there. So I've had to click on those 2 points. So I clicked on the 2 spaces that I wanted to edit, and then I've dragged my cursor down so that I can see that inference. I'm going to need to click, and you can see that now becomes live, so I can edit that measurement or that dimension. So let's check what it needed to be. So if we zoom in here, it's actually 20 mils. So I'm going to go back to Fusion, and I'm going to enter 20. Just make sure that's live, 20, and press Enter. You can see it's adjusted that line. We're going to repeat that process, so we make sure that we've got our dimension tool highlighted, and we're going to click the 2 points that we want to edit, and then drag that inference to the side and click. And let's see what that measurement should be. So that one should be 20 high. Back to Fusion, and we're going to enter 20 and press enter. All right. So I'm going to show you now how we might trim away the lines that we don't need. So we're going to get the trim tool now, and we're going to trim this line and this line. And now I'm going to press Finish Sketch. And you can see that we're outside of those parts, and I'm going to do what's called extruding. So I'm going to hit the extrude button and click on this one and this one. And we should, we've got a little box over here which is asking the distance. Now, the material that we're using is 3 millimeters thick. So we're going to enter 3 so that it's a good representation and press enter. Okay, and that, my friends, is how you draw your aeroplane parts in Fusion 360. I'm going to save this one now, and I'll show you how to draw the other 2 parts in another tutorial. Thanks for watching.